Hey there, everyone. It's GG Sober Sun. September 15th, AA Thought for the Day. We all realize that we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to all of us. Ask Him in your morning meditations what you can do today for the person who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. See to it that your relationship with God is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. Give freely of what you find in AA, but obviously you cannot transmit something which you haven't got. So make a life study of AA. And that whole statement is in quotes, but it is definitely a paraphrase of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. The last page 164. Final question. Am I always looking for ways of presenting the AA program? And though I may not always be looking for ways to present the AA program, I have recently, by way of a book study, a big book study in my home group, realized, as I mentioned yesterday, I think, that the way Bill and Bob, the co-founders of AA, presented the program to AA number 3 was aloof. You know, it's just like, hey, this is what we found. If you want it, do you want it? And we'll let you think about that for a little bit. Come back the next day. And the guy had a revelation, you know, and that's where AA number 3 started. And they even said, one said to the other in not so hushed tones, do you think he's worth saving? Which just really cracks me up, you know. And the way it was written in his story, AA number 3, Bill, said he didn't think I could hear him, but I heard him. That just makes me laugh, you know. Do you think he's worth saving? Yeah, okay. We turn around. Yeah, okay. We've decided you're worth it. That's just so funny to me. I don't know why. Meditation for the day. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. Confidence means to have faith in something. We could not live without confidence in others. When you have confidence in God's grace, you can face whatever comes. When you have confidence in God's love, you can be serene and at peace. You can rest in the faith that God will take care of you. Try to rest in God's presence until His life power flows through you. Be still, and in that stillness, the still, small voice will come. It speaks in quietness to the human mind that is attuned to its influence. Yeah, and I heard a little commentary last night actually, right before I went to bed, about how, you know, the disciples walking, you know, from town to town, to city with Jesus, had plenty of quiet time to reflect. You know, they didn't have radio, they didn't have music. If they wanted music, they would just sing what songs they remembered, kind of thing. And that was their way of entertainment, probably telling jokes and stuff like that. But these days, man, we really gotta set time aside for silent meditation or reflection. We really got to carve that time out. And it's not a have to, but if you want to have a relationship with the one who has that still small voice, then really it's important to carve out that time. And in fact, that's just a good reminder for me. So I'm going to do my prayer for the day and go ahead and have a sit, as my practice calls it. It calls it a sit, where for 20 to 30 minutes, just sit in silence and pick a sacred word, which is usually no more than 2 syllables, and in silence state that sacred word, and as an invitation to your higher power to come in to you. And then whenever thoughts of anxiety or fear or any kind of intrusive thoughts, even body sensations, present themselves, ever so gently return to the sacred word as that invitation, re-invitation of your higher power in to your heart. And it's just that simple. And there's an app to do it. It's called Centering Prayer for those who care. Or you can just set a timer on your phone. Obviously, turn off your notifications. And the app allows you to set the length of time that you want, and just in silence, constantly returning to the sacred word. Now, my sacred word, just FYI, is Yahweh, which is one of the sacred names of my higher power. 2 syllables, and it can almost be attuned to the breath, which other sacred and ancient meditation practices focus on the breath. So it kind of dovetails nicely with that. And even the early founders of AA would do these sits, right? And then they would write down what came to their mind, no matter how bizarre or far-fetched it was, and then discuss it afterwards, which is also a neat little addition to it. So that's pretty neat, hey? But yeah, if I'm constantly seeking ways to just make other people's lives better while I'm attuned to my higher power, I believe, and it's been proven by so many people, that we can be conduits of our higher power, right? If we're not tuned in to our higher power and we're just grinding to make other people's lives better, that is the definition of codependency, right? And we will be left frustrated and hopeless in that condition. So it's super important that we are tuned in to our higher power's will for us, which is the proper use of the will, as it says in the big book. And at the same time, see, and then that way, if we do what we believe God is guiding us to do, then we can let go of the outcome. If the person spits in our face, we're like, okay, I guess I was meant to be spat in the face today. Right? Not, yeah, man, that's an extreme example. But if they reject our efforts, then we can let go of it, right? We don't take it personally, because they're not rejecting us, they're rejecting God. And I know that sounds like a really egotistical, for some, that can sound like a really egotistical position to hold, but it's far better than the alternative of trying to make people happy because I need you to be happy, because it makes me nervous when you walk around with a sour face kind of thing. I hope that makes sense, but it is definitely a live and love and learn and grow program. And as long as I don't pick up, sort of avoid a drink a day at a time, I'm in with the chance. I have an opportunity to grow spiritually and personally and in every other area of my life. So I am grateful to be an active member of Alcoholics Anonymous. Thanks for letting me share. Hope y'all keep coming back. Click the notification bell if you want to hear whenever these are released. It's kind of sporadic, I know, because I'm filling in for what I missed last year. So if you don't get a notification bell one day, go ahead and seek the 24-hour a day book reading for whatever date, and that's 24 hours a day. That's hyphenated the word 20 and 4. And you'll be able to pick up where I left off before from last year. Love y'all. Keep coming back. Look up, aim up, rise up.